I have a motion to amend the agenda. Wait just a moment. Everybody take a deep breath. Okay. If you certain,
I don't think that we need to have that we need to, because this is an action item and he's speaking on an action item and we're at that action now. So that's why I don't think that there's a motion required to amend the agenda.
Yes, you would have to look out the agenda to determine for you to speak at this time versus after we've taken our votes according to our agenda.
may I have a motion to amend the agenda to include Mr. Buckle's opportunity to speak? Don't, you may as well walk on out. We'll get this done by the time you get it. Right. No, just Mr. Buckle, because he's speaking on this item. Okay? Is everybody clear? Okay.
President Planetary.
Yes.
Technically, on our action item list, we do have Mr. Whitaker signed up for this same policy, but I have I believe the documentation we were provided is not based on the policy. So I guess. Right. So he signed up to talk about nothing, and he gave us his document. I just want to make it clear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's hold up. So that everybody's not talking at the same time. Mr. Buckle, I'm going to ask you to take your seat for just a few more moments. I apologize. And if we could take a 10-minute recess so that we can work through a few issues, it would be good. 10 minutes. Motion, is there a second? Okay. All right.
Don't stop laughing, Max. I'm trying.
No, you're all right.
It is what it is, man. You know, same tax.
And then semantic
That's Thank you.
This is not long.
So anyway, you go home. Well, we didn't even Oh, thank you. Our communication people have this
I go to Capital University. Okay. Yeah, I graduated. It's for design. Really?
You picked the worst one. Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, because I think this would go forever.
Really?
But we're not even to the real part of the equation. So I would just not want anything on it. At this point, say, at least.
Why is it
Because they're doing all of these amendments one by one. We haven't even gotten to the real agenda. The consent agenda, yeah.
So how much like
Well, a normal meeting lasts about 2 hours. This one's going to last probably 9. So unless you have nothing else to do, it's also
it's really interesting.
well, it's one that's kind of a lot more Robert's Rules of Order more than actual substance also. If you wanted to learn probably procedure. You know what, showboating. It's like a browser musical with other music. There's not much substance.
I don't want to like be rude though and like you have to leave them.
Now it's good time. Now it's perfect time. You made it this far.
I really find it interesting. I have to write the paper tonight.
Take the agenda. And it'd be like, just like you were here. The second page is the second page. So this is the whole agenda.
Where are the amendments? The amendments?
We're right here. So they've still got this. So now that they're probably not going to address all of these tonight. I think it's a consent agenda, so you don't vote on each thing individually. They vote on the agenda as a whole, generally. But yeah, we've got a lot more. We probably have got 2 hours. Everything that they're going to talk about is I have one in college. My question was executive session. I guess this is interesting. I guess I get. You need to have your indication. Nobody else is here now.
Yeah, it's true. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to go ahead and resume. What's someone's missing? Okay. I'd like to make a motion to amend the agenda to give the opportunity for our speakers to come and present before us. Okay. It's been properly moved and seconded. Any discussion?
I have a question.
Yes.
Madam President, when you say bring our speakers before, which speakers are you?
All of them.
So the motion on the table is to have all of
All
the speakers.
four of the speakers come forward at this time.
And after that, it is our intent to,
Go back where we were.
and to do the entire, the rest of the.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Mrs. Rucker, will you please call the roll?
Mr. Baker? Yes. Ms. Gibbs?
Yes.
Ms. Campbell?
Yes.
Vice President Reyes?
Yes.
Mr. Stewart?
Yes.
Mr. Wiles?
Yes.
President Perkins?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, our first speaker this evening is Mr. Bill Buckle, who, thank you for being patient. Lastly, we have Mr. James A. Whitaker on action item, board matter, second reading of amendments 9538.3, page 18, administration more responsive to public concerns by responding appropriately to complaints.
Thank you, board members. My name is James Whitaker. I'm the president of PASS, Parent Advocates for Students in School. And it's all fine and well to have a policy for complaints to the board. However, if board members refuse to return phone calls and take the appropriate action when the public finds the administration's responses evasive and unreasonable, your system for charges and complaints from the public becomes a sham. The board, as well as the Audit and Accountability Committee members, are now fully aware of the information and supported documents received from PASS and the SES provider's contractual agreement.
Now stop you, please. This information that you're providing really doesn't align with the second reading of Amendment 9538.3. You're talking about one subject, but it's not applicable to what you said you were going to speak about.
The fact that the board is supposed to respond to complaints is what that proposal is about. And I am addressing the fact that as far as the board responding to complaints, this is the complaint that I have presented to you before as well as presently. And my address is to the board members, and I'd like to complete my address.
Well, I understand that, but again, what you said you were going to talk about doesn't align with what you're talking about. And
I don't understand how you can say that, because I gave you a copy of my paperwork before and I was approved to speak, and the problem is you don't want me to speak because I am referring to this fraud that's going on, so I need to speak to let the public know.
You are out of order, and I'm going to ask you to take your seat, please. Because your comments, I am not, because it doesn't align with the information that you provided in terms of the subject of your remarks and your
administration be more responsive to public concerns.
Mr. Whitaker, you are out of order. I'm going to ask you to please take your seat.
I have no problems with taking my seat.
Thank you.
But I will say this.
You don't say nothing else. Thank you. Let's move on. We're back to the subject of our amendments.